Casco Viejo, it's the old town of Panama. Okay, so that's the original town of, what when Panama was founded and stuff like that. So it has like all of the old cultural buildings in it and so on and so forth. But Panama City is very large now. So Casco is kind of like the heart of Panama. It's like when you walk through there, there's no skyscrapers, there's no modern buildings. It's all old school, different colors, just like a South American city, right? And country. So it's very inviting to anybody, even from the Western culture, because we don't have those type of cultural, architecture, buildings and stuff like that. We don't especially in Canada, we don't have all of these rooftop patios or rooftop bars that are, littered with lush green plants and, overlooking the water and stuff. It's a completely different world. So when I visited Panama, I went there for 6 months. That was because my main global headquarters for my company is there, so we were launching that and so on and so forth. That's a whole different topic. So that was my mission for going there in the first place, and then from there I started to really just fall in love with the city. So Casco Viejo was about less than a 10-minute cab ride from where I lived in Punta Pacifica, because in Panama there's Casco here, and then the water is literally right there, and then around Casco Viejo you have the little subdivisions, the different little towns, just like you would in any city. You have the different, southwest, southeast, or little stuff like that. But the culture, you can literally walk down any street and it's all cobblestone, just like an old South American city. And it's kind of like, like Colombia and Ecuador, like all those places down there, even Mexico, but a little bit different than Mexico. So when I went there, I wanted to travel around and I wanted to kind of see what Panama was all about. And the first place I wanted to go to was Casco Viejo, and the museums. A lot of the old government buildings are still there, for the politicians and stuff like that. But walking through there, the sounds, just what you see, and even the smells and stuff like that, it's like, wow, this is like, old school stuff. And it really just brought me to a whole different, world. And, growing up in Canada for, the majority of my life, up to about 2 years ago, I just started really, being able to live the lifestyle I wanted. And it was to travel around and see the different countries. So literally being there for 6 months, Devin, I think I probably went to Casco every second day. Like, that's how cool it was. Like, I would go there and I would, sit on a rooftop bar overlooking the water, seeing the whole new area of Panama City, and even where I lived at the end. And if you were to jump on like a Google map or something like that of Panama City and zoom in or zoom out on a 3D map using Google Maps, you can, really see what I'm talking about when it comes to, the visualization of where you are sitting on a rooftop. So I'd go there and I, just sip some Coronas or, some Panama beer, local beers, and have some, really nice, Panamanian food, or even just South American food in general. And, the time would just fly. And then next thing you know, it's time to go home. So it was really cool to just get away and experience that type of culture compared to what I was, or most of us are used to, all our lives.